It has been well over a year since the last time we have taken a look at the state of Wolfenstein 3, and even though the predictions we have made back then did not come through, I think a lot of the evidence provided still holds up, even if the meaning behind it might have been a little bit different from the original assumptions. Recently, a new scrap of information hinting towards the possible existence of a new installment in Machine Games trilogy has surfaced in a form of another LinkedIn profile from a former developer who left the studio not long ago. The said profile entry does not only mention the involvement in the upcoming Indiana Jones game, but also the mysterious unannounced title, which remains a big question mark to this very day. Does it mean that Wolfenstein 3 announcement could come soon? In my personal opinion, even though it further confirms the existence of mysterious yet to be announced project, I don't think that we are going to hear official news about Wolfenstein anytime soon. If we look back at the timeline of the events, the first hint pointing at the third main installment came not too long after the release of Youngblood, when one of the senior designers, Andreas Oyerfors, has mentioned shifting from the said game to a new project at Machine Games, which at the time was presumably in very early stages of development. It is also worth to note that it occurred before the announcement of the Indiana Jones project, which has been revealed in January of 2021. We also know that Machine Games often supports its sister studios at Bethesda, namely id Software, as they have aided them in creation of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, and also played a major role in the development of Quake 1 Enhanced. But even with that, a lot of the LinkedIn profiles still list the mysterious project in question as an unannounced title, meaning that it is neither Indiana Jones nor one of the games they have supported the development of. It leaves Machine Games with little over a year of dead air between the conclusion of Youngblood and the announcement of Indiana Jones, which wasn't even in the development at the time, as it has been confirmed by Pete Hines. Assuming that this project is indeed Wolfenstein 3, I think it is safe to say that it was in fact in early stages of production between late 2019 and early 2021, before being possibly shelved once the Indiana Jones license came around. It would make sense that after years of focusing primarily on a single franchise, and with the latest installment of the said franchise being very polarizing and controversial, perhaps Machine Games and Bethesda came to an agreement that it would be for the best to put it on standby for the time being, and work on something new in the meantime. If that indeed is the case, then there might be some silver lining, as it means that they might be able to rest and come back to Wolfenstein with fresh ideas and better, more clear direction moving forward. Looking into the future, judging by the timeline of the development of these games taking roughly from 3 to 4 years, assuming that Wolfenstein 3's development is not currently in active stage of production, and it won't be until closer to the release of Indiana Jones game, which is likely to come in either 2024 or 2025, we can expect the next Wolfenstein game to come around 2027 to 2028. It would put the franchise on a nearly 10-year cliffhanger, which seems excessive, especially considering that it is likely for Wolfenstein 3 to be the final installment in the Machine Games canon. But plans can change, and perhaps it won't be the last entry from Machine Games, and perhaps we won't have to even wait this long. One thing is for certain: if there was a perfect opportunity to announce a new entry, it had passed in the May of last year, when the 30-year anniversary of Wolfenstein 3D had occurred. And judging by how quiet Bethesda was about such a grand event in comparison to other franchises in its portfolio, Wolfenstein may be unfortunately on the bottom of their interest for the foreseeable future.